New and returning voters are making their way to vote on Election Day. Even with many different opinions in this election, some voters share the same beliefs, like two local teachers. They both understand the importance of this election and already sent their ballots early. Being teachers, they know their vote will impact their students' futures, and they believe voting for the Democratic Party would be the best option. Marion Rocha has been teaching for 9 years. She teaches 8th graders English and says she loves her job. Because vice presidential candidate Walz was a teacher, she says he knows the foundations of teaching unbiasedly.
If there are kids that are refugees, if there are kids that are white, black, Latino, that's who you have to teach, and that's who you have to be open-minded about.
Sarah Wilson has been teaching high schoolers for 23 years. She teaches a radio class where students express creativity. She also agrees Walz's background makes him understand equality within schools.
If you assume things about your students, derogatory things about your students from the get-go, like you have to believe in everyone's ability and potential, or you're not doing your job as a teacher.
Rocha says her vote for the Democratic Party can make a positive impact for students and their mental health.
When it comes to funding, when it comes to over-testing, standardized testing is a horrific thing. The kids are over-tested, and it's very connected to money.
Wilson says students' fundamental rights can become limited if the other party wins. She says it can create long-lasting impacts in public schools.
It feels just like an outright attack that we don't know what we're doing, and we shouldn't be allowed to make choices about what kids need to learn and what kids need to know.
Rocha hopes her vote will change where funding goes. She says money should improve education instead of focusing on student data.
I mean, look at our tables. They're from the 90s. I think instead of paying all these companies that make these standardized tests, we could be having more supplies for kids.
Wilson says her vote for Harris can keep schools a safe space for students. Without a Democratic win, she believes students would have to be careful when speaking their opinions.
And I've grown up my entire life feeling like, school is a place where kids can grow and have ideas and think about things openly and freely. And that's not what you're seeing on this side.
No matter which candidate wins, teachers like Rocha and Wilson will continue to advocate for student rights.